You know, it's kind of insulting to the people that's been hurt by other people who are capable of manipulating and learning people just to manipulate them. You know, a lot of people who are righteous, they never took the chance or the opportunity to be unrighteous. Or, even if they made mistakes, it was an awareness there that the mistakes that they made, they were accountable for those mistakes and they were responsible enough that when they were being held accountable for those mistakes, they didn't push the responsibility off to somebody else, or they didn't deflect or say that it was because of this or because of that. They took the accountability, they took the responsibility, and even though they made mistakes, they have always held a high morality for people, nature, and just knowing right from wrong in general. But you have a lot of people that have hurt people, and they're the ones that's trying to pretend like they're the ones who've been hurt. So they think that what they're practicing and the things that they're doing now is gonna erase their accountability and erase their responsibility and their actions, and they're gonna be redeemed because they chose a different path. When you decide to choose a path, there's obstacles and there's things that happen along the way. And a lot of people have taken those obstacles and have taken the discipline and the chances and the risks it requires to attain those levels. But a lot of people that didn't take those risks, didn't put in the time and the discipline, it's easy to just flip the script, and it's easy to use what you've already accumulated from the decisions that you've made to try to turn it into something else. When you try to do that, that's when you lose all of that which you have gained in the other aspects of your decision making. Because in order to make a righteous living, you have to be a righteous person. You can't be a wrong person and now deciding that you want to do right. And since you've now decided that you want to do right, now you're redeemed, and all your sins and all your bullshit that you did before is now washed away because somebody decided they could put their hands on you and dunk you in some water and say a prayer, and now all of a sudden you're redeemed and you're washed of your sins. No, it doesn't work like that. And I don't care what this world tries to tell you, and I don't care what these people tell you and what these people think. The spirit world don't work like that. You have to be held accountable for every single piece and every single action that you have participated in, every single magical thing that you've done. You have to be accountable and you have to pay that price. Everybody thinks that the price that you pay is in a dollar amount. Everybody thinks that the price that you pay is with some form of asset. No, you pay with your spirit. You pay with your soul. That's why when the devil makes deals with you, he don't make a deal and charge you a dollar amount. He don't make a deal and say, okay, well, I'll have your houses and I'll have your businesses or whatever. No, he says, I'll have your children. I'll have your son. I'll have your daughter. I'll have your firstborn. I'll have your secondborn. If your firstborn is already here and at a certain age, right? I'll have your secondborn. I'll have your firstborn son, or I'll have your third your third daughter or something like that, right? That's how you pay. And when you see these people end up losing family members and they lose their assets or whatever they end up losing, you have to look at the actions and the patterns, right? Because it's a way to see how those things not just occurred, but how they built, and how and what the steps that were taken for those things to even happen. So when you have a lot of people out here trying to switch and flip the script, thinking that God is stupid, or Mother Nature is naive and dumb and ignorant and arrogant like how we are,